Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between MCanning and Scarlett here on Eternal Empire, the latter edition. This is from a Wardy replay pack. He cast this last month and he sent out the replay pack, so thank you, Wardy, for always supplying me with excellent replays. Top right-hand corner we have the blue Protoss player. It is MCanning. And in the bottom left, it is the red Zerg player, Scarlett. Again, I'd like to say that nobody who knows about Wardy knows about Falcon Paladin, but I was proven wrong last week. So, Wardy, I'll put his Twitch link in the description as well as his YouTube channel. Go ahead and check him out. He always is doing incredible tournaments with incredible players, and this is going to be America versus Canada. Man, MCanning is a good follow as well. You should pretty much be following him, and Scarlett is always entertaining. So maybe I'll put all three of these people's Twitch links in the description. How about that? MCanning is scouting with a probe. Just, you know, normal gateway expand here. 16, 18, 17 here from Scarlett. Nothing too crazy. I wonder next time we're going to see the meta shake up. Whoa, that is... okay. Wait a second. You're not... No. This is a fake out. This is a fake out, man. Look at MCanning with the fake cannon rush. I say that because he doesn't have a forge back home. Cancels the pylon. Scarlett didn't react to it at all. Threw down the good luck have fun sprays. With the Colossus burning it into the creep there. That's awesome. That's so good. And so far, yeah, so the third drone goes in. And the timing here works out to where you don't quite have enough gas to go for the speed on your lings immediately upon the completion of the spawning pool. But I don't think you really need speed necessarily that fast against what we're seeing from MCanning anyway. Excuse me. So far, just a little bit of some shenanigans here out of MCanning, but Scarlett's dealing with that no problem whatsoever. Gonna go ahead and toss up a cybernetics core. I mean, really, everything is very standard at this stage of the game. First adept now on the way that the cyber core is done. And so far, so good. What's been going on in Falcon's life? Well, Star Wars Squadrons came out. I'm so excited that it's here. Been streaming that out on Twitch for the last couple of days, and it's been so much fun. I just, I don't know, there's something about flying an X-Wing that just brings me great joy in ways that I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's it's fun. That's what I'm trying to say. It's good stuff, too. Only 40 bucks on Steam, which is pretty good deal. It's on Xbox, and it's on PS4 as well. So anyway, Stargate coming up here from MCanning. Third base coming in from Scarlett at about 2:30, the traditional times. This is where things get interesting. What is Scarlett going to do in response to the Stargate? Is she going to go for some Hydralisks? Is she going to go for a quick Spire? She does love Mutalisks. She has always loved Mutalisks so very much. And it's a Void Ray. The Chad Rays coming in first. Man, did we see this? I think we saw this on a recent game somewhere. I think it was Trap did this to a Zerg player. He went Void Ray first to kill this Overlord. The trick is, your Void Rays are not going to be secret after this. You know what I mean? You kill the Overlord and pow. Your secret is revealed. And Hydras and Queens are so good against Void Rays. If Void Rays show up, and you only have like a Queen and like a Spore, you die. But if you know they're coming, you have multiple Queens, you have multiple Hydras, things are going to be cool. What I do kind of like about this is it's a really easy way to kill this Overlord very fast. Even if it has speed, it's going to die. Got supply block Scarlett. She was not expecting that to happen. She thought she could save the Overlord if the StarCraft started poking at it, because it could come over here or down here. But no, not at all. It is an Oracle on the way, and we haven't had an Oracle name in some time. So let's give this Oracle a name that somebody came up with about 2 months ago. It is YouTube Algorithm. Crikey. An old Terran website technology turned into an artificial intelligence and escaped as a stowaway on one of the great Ark ships that left the Earth. The YouTube algorithm survived the cold and long journey to the distant Caprilu sector. A Protoss expeditionary force was sent to investigate the newcomers. The algorithm, sensing more powerful hardware to force itself on, installed itself on a carrier, and from there, jumped between different Protoss warships to avoid being deleted, using cleverly the alien Psi network to its advantage. After many years and countless jumps, the algorithm found itself back in an Oracle ship, ready to purge any users who had left their accounts idle for too long. Is that true? Does the YouTube algorithm kill accounts? Why don't you have a Spore, Scarlett? What's happening? Oh, alright, I guess... Wow, no safety spores, and 4 drones go down. at a pretty crucial time here in Scarlett's attempt to ramp up her economy. Look at this. No, going. Do you have energy for it? Yes. No spores, no queens. Dude, this Oracle getting work done. 9 kills on that Oracle. The YouTube algorithm is unstoppable. Third base coming up from MCanning back home. Slows down Scarlett immensely here in the first 5 minutes. 9 drones killed, an Overlord, 2 Zerglings. I would say so far so good, thank you very much, out of MCanning. He's doing a fantastic job here. Man. Okay, well, speed's on the way from MCanning. Got ourselves a +1 attack coming in here too. Immortal in production from the MCanning. And so far, I'd say MCanning has had about the best opening he could possibly hope for. He supply blocks Scarlett by killing that Overlord. He gets 9 drone kills because Scarlett didn't have spores ready to go. And now he's on 3 bases. Scarlett's on 3 bases. The economy here is favoring Scarlett, yes. But MCanning has been doing pretty good to this point. Ooh, I see that. I see you, Nidus Network. What are you planning on doing with that? Well, the fact that there are roaches out and there are queens out means it's probably a roach queen Nidus, which does, I think that got scouted by that Phoenix? It did get scouted by the Phoenix. MCanning doing some great stuff. Oh no. Oh no. It's gonna be swarm hosts. Alright, MCanning. We've seen other Protoss players do this. We've seen them handle the swarm hosts with Floam and Audacity. I don't know how else to explain it, but ooh, here we go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're patrolling everywhere. You're looking at all the close places Nidus Worms can spawn, and you're burning them down before they accomplish anything whatsoever. This is how you do it. It's hard. It's really, really difficult to pull off. But you can pull it off if you have the vision, you have the constant scouting happening, then you can kill these Nidus Worms. Ah! Ah! Just almost saw that one and simply did not. Okay, well, that one's gonna pop, but it's far enough away. Scarlett's gonna use it. It's not an ideal position, but you're on a bit of a timer here, right? You're in a bit of a timer. See, look. Oh, if you launch here, that is so much better. That's not getting anywhere near the target. Oh, that was great. Also, she didn't launch all of them, which is beautiful. Dude, don't lose that. Don't lose that. No losing Immortals. Zergling trying to do stuff. The Locust cruising up to the 3rd base. And he recalls out of that situation. The Locusts, I don't know. Like, they are going to get maybe a couple probes. All right. 2 probes down. That's fair. Oh, the Oracle dies. Hero, YouTube algorithm Oracle toast. It is finito. Zealots attacking down to the south here, getting cleaned up by Lings pretty effectively at the 4th base of Scarlett. Another Nidus Worm coming up and being pretty well protected at this point. Does get scouted out. But this Nidus Worm is still up. No, MCanning. This is kind of spiraling out of control for you, bud. Mothership coming in, which I really love. Because it cloaks all the buildings, too, so the Locusts don't have anything to attack. Small Roach Ravager group coming up here. Scarlett is really trying to kill MCanning fast right now. But I love the Mothership idea because there are no Corruptors out. Remember how Motherships always die? Not if there are 0 Corruptors on the field. It is much harder to kill them, it turns out. Locust jumping into the natural base. Gonna, murder a few Zealots because Zealots have no answer to Locusts. Although, wow, they did so much better than I thought. Holy crap. Storms being used on the Locusts to weaken them up. Oh, the Archon gets murdered. Scarlett continuing to push up this way, getting some damage, taking down a Warp Gate, but the overcharge on the shield battery helps immensely in that situation. This is an intense game right now. MCanning is down about 50 supply, about 40 supply. Where's his Mothership? Is she out? Oh, there she is. Okay. So she's cloaking, but the Overseer keeps wandering up this way. You gotta kill that Overseer, man. The detection is a really big deal here. Void Ray wanders in and does snipe the Overseer. Okay, now you can bring in the Mothership and protect everything. This is kind of brilliant. A really fast Mothership out of MCanning right now. Scarlett is just unstoppable, it looks like, though, although he's getting into carrier production. You know what we don't have today is anything that answers to carriers, really. This is a big hit. Like, this is just going to be, that's a dead Nexus. Very likely. And it is. Nidus Swarm here gets sniped. Nidus Swarm. There's one here, there's one here, there's one here that's coming up. Scarlett is like, I'm not going to stop making Nidus Swarms, it turns out. Zealot warping in the main base of Scarlett, though. And Zealot's taking down Scarlett's attempt at a 5th base. This is actually kind of interesting. He gets out of there. A bunch of Hydras in production. Trying to deal with his heavily Skytoss army. MCanning decides it is time to push. All of a sudden, it's time to push. 10 drones have gone down. Zealots are in the 3rd base now, just hammering away at those drones. Really trying to slow down the economy. And actually pushing out onto creep, killing creep tumors. This is amazing. This is how you beat a player who is going Nidus Swarm with Swarm Hosts, is you make them defensive. They're not nearly as good on defense as they are on offense. This Stalker's been trying to kill this worm for like 5 minutes now. It feels like, dude, oh, there's the abduct on the Mothership, and okay, it does get wiped out there, and there's the recall, but guess what? The hatch died, the 4th hatch died too. It's a 3-basing Scarlett right now versus a 2-basing MCanning. Spores getting taken down, 6 more drones getting killed. Carriers are out. Not that MCanning has a incredible amount of income to get carriers, but the income is even right now, which bodes extremely well for the American Protoss player. His 4th base is up and running. He hasn't even bothered to replace his natural base. He needs that new source of income, and he's working on it right now. His income is about even, as we can see down below. He's got upgrades, and there are no upgrades for Scarlett whatsoever right now. She's working on, okay, so burrowing, faster burrowing there for the lurkers. Adaptive talons, pathogen glands coming in too, and another Mothership coming in. Just kind of accidentally stumbling upon this Nidus. Killing these tumors reduces the vision of Scarlett and makes future Nidus Swarms not as effective. Do they see it? They know it's there. Turn around. Ooh, okay, all right. They're going to make sure this base doesn't really happen either. Easily, with the +1 attack, taking down that spine crawler. Oh, changelings in the group, abducting a carrier, and able to save the carrier. Okay, so getting rid of the changelings. Except for that one, you'll be left as a warning to the other. Never mind, you're not. Not at all. Do the Swarm Host make a big... Oh, actually, not a big jump. They're going to take down the nat... Oh, look at this. Most of them landed on those Zealots. That's not what you want to do. And they're coming to the natural base, which is actually not really here yet. But only 2 Locusts went there anyway, so I'm not sure there were a lot of intentions there necessarily. Scarlett has the 4th and the 5th base back. And the 3rd base is pretty happy here, too. This is turning into a pretty extended Swarm Host Nidus game, which is generally not good. Oh, another wave took down the natural reattempt. Right there, more Nidus Swarms down. How many Nidus Swarms have gone down today? 10. 10 Nidus Swarms. Storming it up. Abducts a High Templar into the group. I hope that was him that got that storm off, because a little bit of revenge would have been a good thing for him, I think. Nidus Swarm coming up. I mean, this is a lot of lesser Zerg players would have just kind of given up on the Nidus Swarm stuff, but no. Not Scarlett. She's still making it happen. She's getting a Spire, though. She's working on further upgrades. Another Mothership. Hydra focus. Ooh, loses a few Hydras there, and the Mothership doesn't actually die. 22 HP, though. It's not exactly ideal. Oh, the Zealots did get to this worm in time. Okay. More tumors getting killed here. Scarlett is at 59 total workers. Has lost a total of 30 today. Which, you know, considering the 10 that happened in the first early stages of this match, not a huge deal. But yeah, trying to replace the natural base. More carriers being produced all the time here. Again, not a ton of income to make like 15 carriers. But working on those upgrades, trying to push out a little bit here. Oh, the natural base is just not going to happen on this map. There's just too easy Nidus locations here. Zealots down here at the 5th base getting 9 more drone kills. That's crazy talk. Does this get depowered? No, that is powered by this cannon over this way. MCanning pushing in, finding a group of Nidus, or a group of Swarm Hosts here, rather. Roaches are going to make force a cancel here on this base. I just think there are enough of them where that's going to happen. Zealots are trying to take down this hatch, distracting the army a little bit. While MCanning's up this way, there's a bit of a Spore Crawler forest here, and now there's a Corruptor Ball. And now it gets a little bit intense. So they abducted this poor Archon. Poor Archon, fare thee well. Roach Ball, trying to get something done. Not going to accomplish anything at all, though. So we've turned into a very nice Sky Toss versus whatever Scarlett is doing game. Air Weapons level 1 finishing up. Thank you, Game Heart. Dark Shrine coming in. You know, usually I win behind Dark Shrine situation, but I don't think that's what's happening here. MCanning is up in a worker count. He's maxed out. He's got better upgrades than Scarlett's Sky units do. Actually, just kidding. +1 flyer is done, and +1 air attack is done. So I take it back. But yeah, MCanning held off the Swarm Host Nidus from Scarlett. That is an impressive play out of the American Protoss player who, you know, people know about him. People like him a lot. He's a very, he's a great personality. He's very likable. Oh, and those ones just get stormed. But I mean, I don't know, he's never won a GSL or anything, right? Right, most of us haven't. But for him to hold that off is incredibly impressive. Whatever happens to this point on is going to be awesome. Like, it's just kind of frosting on the cake, you know? Spawning pool getting sniped, which is a huge deal. You might look at that and say, spawning pool going down, so what? I mean, that's Lings and that is Banelings, which is not necessarily something Scarlett is going for here, but it's really nice to be able to get Lings and Banelings just throughout a game like this. Going after, dude, there are still drones in the main base of Scarlett because of how much damage there's been done today. 8 more, 9 more, 11 drones go down, and a hatch falls. Zealots inside the main base doing all sorts of shenanigans that Locusts are trying to handle. Dude, getting rid of Neural Parasite would be a huge win, but I don't think it's going to happen with only one Zealot trying to kill that Infestation Pit. But again, the pressure you're putting on Scarlett here by killing the drones, killing the bases, trying to snipe additional groups of tech here. Oh, the DT warping on the Greater Spire. Yes, get out of there, Warp Prism. Finish your warping and run. Not running. Okay, so both the Spire and the Greater Spire are dead. This game is good. Holy smokes, this is a good game. Storm feedback on the Vipers is beautiful. This hatch is going to die. Okay, MCanning's up 188 to 186 total supply. 3 more drones killed. It's 36 workers for Scarlett. Army supply is 150 for Scarlett. A lot of this is Corruptor, and a lot of this is Lurker, which MCanning has not been jumping into. The Swarm Hosts are a huge part of it, too. And do they? Yeah, they're going to take down this 5th base. I mean, look. Scarlett is scratching and clawing here, trying to murder MCanning as fast as she can with the Swarm Hosts. And she's getting some good damage done, but she is down to a 3-basing economy and 34 workers. And the income has been on MCanning's side of the map for the last 3 minutes, which is a massive deal when it comes down to it here. Changelings wandering in. Nidus Swarm gonna finish because there's not enough Zealots here to shut it down. But I mean, that guy does have, you know, +1 attack. He's not nothing. Another Mothership down. What is that? The 3rd one today? 2nd one today? 2nd one today. The abducts on the carriers are a problem. MCanning has expanded to the top left while bleeding Scarlett dry down on the other side. The army is bigger. The army is scarier for Scarlett right now, but the mobility belongs to MCanning. He's got a lot of Storm too. Scarlett can't just A-move into situations. These DTs? I guess the Spore, but I mean, there's a million Overseers, too. If you're trying to hide, and they are, but that's not going to happen. I'm kind of going to snipe. Ooh, these lure. Oh, never mind. The carriers are here. Or the Corruptors are here. And guess what? The carriers are here, too. trying to storm the corruptors so they all die. And you know what? It's kind of working. Whew, several carriers died there, but the corruptor count is down to 7. Continuing to snipe bases, that's the huge deal right now. Look at this Nidus. Look at this Nidus location. That is an incredible Nidus location there. I don't... Oh, the probes are transferring down somewhere. Okay, it's... I mean... Do we epic tag this thing? It always depends on the ending. How close it is, I think. This is bad. This is so bad up north for MCanning, but Scarlett's income is nothing. It is garbage at the moment, but the Swarm Host, the Locusts are free units. Income doesn't matter. For how many Locusts you want to make. Another Nexus goes down. Dude, that is 3 Nexuses down. 7 hatcheries killed on the other side, though. 7. Scarlett trying to double expand because, by golly, all her current bases are effectively incredibly mined out. Yeah, they are. Look at this. Just the income. The income difference is massive. Is MCanning going to do this thing? I'm looking at it. Scarlett does manage to get a 4th base back and rolling. The 5th base is about 50% complete. This has been 20 minutes of Swarm Host Nidus today. Ah, the recall. Cloaking the buildings. The Locusts have nothing to do. The Locusts have to sit here, do nothing, and expire. That's so cool. I'm telling you, the Mothership was a genius idea. Oh, catching some of the Swarm Hosts would be good, but the Nidus Swarm death counts for something too. The longer this game goes on, the more Scarlett has some comeback potential here. I mean, she's already got a base back up and running. The income is not favoring MCanning as much as it was a couple minutes ago. And if the 5th base comes up at the same time, what's this one going after? I guess going after the cybernetics core and some of these warp gates. Again, I love that she's not using all of her Swarm Hosts. She's using about half of them to see what's going on. And then if she wants to send the rest, she can. But yeah, that is a canceled upgrade for sure. Which hurts! That hurts MCanning. Denied. Air weapons level 3. He wanted that. Plus these warp gates getting, well, hurt, if not completely burned down here. Got the Void Rays to handle the Corruptors and just sniping down the hatch. Ah, storm in. Mothership double yoinked into the situation and does get taken down. But guess what? A hatch died and 6 more drones died as well. That's exactly the kind of damage that you need. Maybe getting the 5th base. Oh, the Void Rays. The Void Rays are here. The carriers focusing it down. Another hatch down. Scarlett. Nope. Nope. Abducting the carriers. Trying to focus them down with the Corruptors. Can they get it? Yes. They get 1. They get 2. But are there enough units remaining for the Void Rays? I don't know that there are. The Corruptors don't want to fight the Void Rays at all. The bonus versus armored is huge, and that's a good game. MCanning comes out on top in 23 minutes and at 23 seconds. That was a match. That was a match if I've ever seen one. Holy cannoli. I mean, 18 drones killed in that final battle. 80 drones dead. 80 in that game. 61 probes killed. 3 nexuses. 9 hatcheries. All sorts of tech buildings. 10 carriers went down. 22 Nidus worms. A bloodbath. A bloodbath if I've ever seen one. MCanning lost 36,000 resources to Scarlett's 31,000. If you told me before this game started that would be the final resources lost tally, I would have been like, yes, okay, so Scarlett won. She was way more cost efficient with her units, but MCanning outexpanded Scarlett. More units produced. And therefore was able to take bigger losses and still win. MCanning kind of zerged it in this game and made it happen. What a huge, massive victory there for the American Protoss player. Just looking good. Just looking all around good there. I'm sure some of your Protoss players, I'm sure somebody was watching this and was like, Swarm Host Nidus. Well, I'm going to turn this off. It's over. No! This is why you don't turn casts off. You don't know what's going to happen at the end. Nobody knows what's going to happen at the end here. I guess MCanning and Scarlett and maybe some people who are watching when this first happened do. But But if you clicked on this not knowing what's going to happen, you don't know how it's going to turn out. All right? So, blah. If you had told me that MCanning would hold off a Swarm Host Nidus opening, lose 3 Nexuses, and 36,000 resources in 20 minutes, I'd have been like, yep, Scarlett won. Nope. The Void Ray tech switch was brilliant. The Motherships did their duty if they died. Nevertheless, the carriers were good, but also extremely bruised up. A lot of oranges and reds down there. Ridiculous. Ridiculous match. I don't even... just the constant... having to pay attention to where Nidus Worms are coming up while constantly doing Warp Prism Harass on the other side of the map, doing so much work in the main base, sniping bases, killing drones just consistently throughout the match here, and pushing on creep. Look how far back the creep is pushed against Scarlett. Of all players, right? Scarlett loves creep more than anybody else, I think. Look at how far it's pushed back. She doesn't have any vision. She has no vision out here at all. She doesn't even know this base exists, is how little vision she has rolling. And that was maybe a big part of it, too. Well, she didn't even know that. Wait. She was attacking this with locusts. Why doesn't that show up? Maybe because it was cloaked last time she saw it? That's interesting. I've never run across that before. Anyway, that was great. That was really great. I probably just should give that an epic tag. That was a really fun game. Amazing back and forth. Incredible. So, all right, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.